This video is brought to you by Fiverr. If you're a writer who's ever wondered whether paying for a writing coach is actually worth it, this is what that experience looked like for me. I paid $500 for a writing coach that I found on Fiverr. I used Fiverr to look for writing coaches because I've had success with using Fiverr's platform for personal and professional projects throughout the years. So when the idea came to me to work with a writing coach for my new book, I knew that I would find the right person on Fiverr. Now, I didn't need a writing coach because I was stuck or because I was struggling with motivation or even because I doubted my ability. I hired a writing coach because I wanted clarity about my writing, about my process, and I was genuinely curious to see whether outside input would move the needle. I've got a lot that I've prepared. I just wasn't sure how we're going because I've got what I want to write. I've got the inspirations. I've got kind of the direction I want to take it.
So you got all the ideas, but you don't have them fully organized. Is that right?
No, I kind of do.
Do you have those ideas organized chapter by chapter or?
Yeah.
So what do you need me for?
You see, I already had a plan. I wasn't looking for a writing coach to give me structure. I wanted a writing coach for something else. And that's where this experience became interesting. This is the thing. So I only know what I know. And then in our session, you show me what I'm missing. But if I think back to last year, my biggest, not regret, but thing that if I could have gone back, I would have done differently is maybe just included someone in the journey.
Just smooth out the journey so then the next stage is not as hard or daunting. Yeah, I get that. I got my answer and I think
Okay.
I'm going to be super straight, but kind of what you need is that validation of knowing that you're going the right way. It's I feel it's you're training for a marathon on your own and you have no idea if you're doing the right thing or you're just completely going the wrong way about it. Yeah. So the good news is I can definitely help with that. We can definitely make that first draft as polished as possible. The kind of bad news is you're still going to have to do a lot of work afterwards.
No,
It's just
of course.
that's unavoidable.
The next question was simple, but uncomfortable.
Because my kind of goal here is to help you reach your goals. I kind of wanted to know exactly what your idea for this month was. If you have a word count that you want to hit, or if you have I don't know, hours of work, or I have any specific goals for this story, or if it's simply see where it takes me. I don't know.
Okay, good question. So my goal for this month is to write a first draft. Now, I'm not tied up to a number count. I don't mind how short it is as long as I've got a first draft. Now, as we worked together, Sabrina helped me identify what was serving my story, but we also discussed some of the things that I should let go of that wasn't necessarily moving the plot forward. And that involves cutting characters, nobody's favorite part of the process.
If you're going to have 2 kids, you need to make sure that is not just a plot device and that it makes sense and that each kid has a pretty defined personality and then their own person and that it makes some sense for the story to have 2 and not just 1.
Then we started talking about momentum, and not momentum as it relates to productivity, narrative momentum.
What I thought was really funny is because the concept of a goal that creates conflict is that you create movement and all your goals start with the word maintain. So if you want to maintain something, you have maintain success, maintain sanity, and maintain distance from big feelings. So that doesn't create movement, do you understand where I'm going? It's maintaining something is staying where I am. So it could be that your character's goal is to stay exactly as she is. And in that case,
Yes.
I feel the movement would come from outside. So it's you are throwing things ahead that are constantly trying to shift her out of her focus and
Brilliantly articulated. That is who she is. That is her identity. However, her goal is going to open a door where a tsunami of chaos is going to literally rock her from that. I actually worded that very wrong, and I'm so happy you helped me see that because, yes, of course, if there's maintenance, there's no conflict.
yeah, there's no movement.
At one point, Sabrina's notes stopped feeling like feedback. We moved to this dreamlike state of epic collaboration, sort of like we were tag teaming, each one building off the other person's idea. You need to figure this dance out. Let me play with it. We'll get this one out.
I think it's something that we can play with and see how we can make it work, because either like it could be quite funny if like he knows she liked this girl, so maybe he knows what he liked about her. Like maybe her friend was like really bold when they were in school and she was the opposite. Just she's gonna, oh, I'm gonna say something really bold to him and see what happens. I don't know, like, or the opposite. Like, I was always very like extravagant and bold and my friend was quite shy and he liked her. So maybe I'm gonna like, play cool with him and try to, I don't know, something like that. I don't know. We could
I
play
think
with it and
maybe
see
her
what
friend
happens.
was super like bold and confident and stuff, and she's almost like turned into her friend, and she was always
Yeah.
like the quiet one, and he always spoke to her when like, but he's an accountant. Maybe they both connected over how quiet they were, maybe.
Well, but it could be maybe like the same thing. You know how we tend to project on other people. So if he's an accountant and he's quite like a chill guy, maybe he liked this girl because she was quite like bold and daring, and it's kind of that
Yes.
thing of like, oh, I wish I could be like that. And when they were younger, she was quite shy, but then she grew into this like mum
Yes.
boss lady, and now she's like all in her power, and she's like, he feels attracted to that kind of thing when he sees that she's like, oh, I got this job and I'm doing all this and blah blah blah, and yeah, and you could play with something like that, even like, I don't know, like do they go out on any, like, do they end up seeing each other again, or how does that work? Is it all
Yes.
like, do they go on like a
Yes.
date or something?
You'll see in the next bunch of stuff I send you. Then there were a few moments where I just asked if we could stop the session, not because things weren't working, but because things were. I felt so inspired that I just had to pause and get straight back into the project. All right, so this has been amazing. I feel like we need to stop now though, because I want to work on this, because I want to include everything we've spoken of. I've got ideas, but right now they're all clashing, and I think like I just need space to just like think for a second, because I'm so inspired right now. I'm going to talk in circles. Now, here's the honest part. You saw my goal at the beginning of this video, what I hope to achieve in the month. And the sad news is I didn't achieve it. Sabrina, I realized that this is our last session.
I just realized that when I woke up this morning.
I realized this yesterday, and I just had a big cry. I was like, no, I didn't reach my goal. I didn't reach my goal. I just can't believe how quickly the month went.
I was looking at your workout though, and it's good because you're like on 30K already, I think.
Yes, I mean, I am so happy with everything that I've managed to create up until this point. But I think like maybe after the session, we can just chat, because I'd maybe like to just do one more session, because I do want to finish this. Now, I am going to have one more session with Sabrina because I really want to achieve this goal of completing this book. And I know we're going to cross that line together. So if you, like me, want to work with a writing coach, feel free to use the link in my description. And as a bonus, Fiverr have kindly offered my audience a 10% discount if you use the code DREAMITDOIT at checkout. And this will give you 10% off your first order. So good luck with your project. In a future video, I will update you on how the end of my project went and how everything turned out. But just one more thing, if you are in a space where you have some questions as it relates to fit when it comes to writing coaches, I think you'll find this video helpful. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.